Wondering when that drone delivery service is going to really start to take off.
I feel like we've been talking
Pun
about
intended.
it for so long.
All right, well, we'll get to that. It's a cruel summer for the security guard who went viral for singing along to a Taylor Swift song during the singer's Eras concert.
At some of the event venues, and she said that she loved it because she got to still see all of the concerts and get paid while getting to see it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I get it.
Yeah, there's been some funny security guard videos recently. You know, I've talked a lot about Lionel Messi coming to the MLS, and in his first game, he hit an amazing game-winning shot, and the security guard is standing there, and right when he's about to shoot, he turns around, he's like, you know, he just had to catch his glimpse of it. But I kind of understand this a little bit, though, from the company's standpoint. If your job is security and you went out of your way to get someone to take video of
photos,
you doing that, you're not focusing on the job you're supposed to be doing. So I get it a little bit.
Yeah, you can tell you're there for different reasons.
Lego is selling Braille bricks to the public, but I think it's the weekend of September 9th here is the brick convention here in downtown Mobile.
Yes, you're right. I know that's coming. I think, September 9th sounds correct. So a lot of fun coming our way.
Make plans to check that out if you can. Speaking of Legos, Lego House singer-songwriter Ed Sheeran is releasing a new album 1 week after the U.S. leg of his Mathematics tour for new music releases. In terms of singles, let me try to remember here. Selena Gomez, Miley Cyrus, and Ariana Grande all came out with brand new songs today.
Oh, wow. So I'm going to have to listen to that. I didn't know that. But I've been really enjoying Ed Sheeran lately. He's been in the headlines for a lot of good things that he's doing. He just shows up random places. And so I know he went to a kids choir class. Did you see Eminem made an appearance at one of his concerts?
I did, yeah.
Yes, that was awesome. He said, I'm just going to freestyle here for a minute, started an Eminem song, and then all of a sudden Eminem just comes out the back. And he snuck him up to the stage in a box. A lot of cool stuff happening with Ed Sheeran right now.
That's awesome. Those surprises like that are truly memorable. And then when you show up just somewhere unexpected and perform for people, so good.
Yes.
All right, two fashion powerhouses are teaming up. Forever 21 and Shein are entering into a partnership.
But I'm curious about that one and if it's going to impact Forever 21 for the better or worse. I don't know.
Me neither.
I know.
I know nothing about it.
Cheap clothes, that's what it is. And so, I mean, Shein is just taking off right now.
What if they could find someone to sing and write some songs about it named Ed Sheeran instead of Ed Sheeran? All right.
All right, let's go ahead and talk about your movie.
Yeah,
let's see some of those upper 80s out there, but also more of those lower to mid 90s. 91 in Pensacola, 89 in Mobile, 90 in Chatham, along with Grove Hill. However, the dew points out there, it's feeling a lot hotter. Really, right now, those dew points, again, this measurement of humidity, we're resting in the 70s. Typically, whenever it's feeling nice out there, a little bit better. If you remember about a week and a half ago, that Wednesday that felt good, our dew points were in the lower 60s. So it was a big difference, and now we're not quite feeling like that. Chatham right now feeling like 107. Gulf Shores, Destin feeling like 100 degrees. Mobile, you're seeing some slight improvements. We were just feeling like 100 just about 30 minutes ago. Now feeling like 96. It's still going to range heading into today, but regardless, everywhere is going to be feeling hot. So another heat advisory is in effect across the Gulf Coast. Heat index values getting up to 110 up to 111 degrees. This is going to include the entire Fox 10 viewing out there heading into today. I know that we have high school football. Limit your time outside if you can, but if you are going to be spending time outdoors, stay hydrated. Have ways to cool down. Think of your kids if they're heading out to any of those games, if they're a band, if they're on the team. Again, get creative with something that you can do. Now, the rip current risk is going to be low and a bit on the moderate side heading into today, so do be cautious in case you're heading on down towards the coast. Staying low by tomorrow and into Sunday with that surf height just around 1 to 2 feet. Again, always know what beach you're located on, where the closest lifeguard stand is, but purple flags are flying out there. A lot of jellyfish across the Gulf Coast. Coming up in just a little bit, I'm going to talk more about your forecast, what you can expect for the next 7 days, plus also tracking the tropics, keeping a close eye on a feature that could enter into the Gulf heading into next week. All of that's coming up soon. Joe. Oh, I love to see that.
Super sweet. Always good stuff like that on a Friday.
Well, coming up, I'm going to have a look at your forecast, talking more about this heat, the humidity, and also the tropics.
That's right. And football season is, though, for the high school football games tonight.
That is exactly right. So To any of the games. Again, it's going to be hot and it's going to be steamy out there. Focusing on our game of the week, Lipscomb and Saraland, starting at 7 o'clock. And then that kickoff, really expecting temperatures to be resting in the lower 90s, but feeling more like the triple digits, hot and humid by halftime, mid 80s. So in case you're heading to this game, in case you're heading to any of the other games, find some creative ways to cool down. That humidity is really going to be the biggest thing out there, feeling like 100 degrees once that game starts. So again, have some of those fans, the mister, some of the washcloths, just with some of that ice cold water, and make sure you're staying hydrated, keeping your kids hydrated as well. Now, timing things out on our Futurecast, starting off for this morning, we're going to start to see some of that cloud cover beginning to build in so far for this morning and this afternoon. And then late this evening, that's really when the Futurecast wants to bring in some of these increased rain chances, ramping up just closer towards 9 and 10 o'clock for our far inland areas. However, we still have the potential for very isolated shower, thunderstorm by this afternoon, mainly due to that heat and that humidity working together. Now, the rain chances over the next 7 days, we're going to be staying in this isolated to this widely scattered category. So ranging from around 20 up to 40%, that heat, that humidity working together. High pressure is beginning to back off. That's introducing the chances for some increased rain chances, plus also slightly cooler temperatures. We'll still be in the 90s, so no big relief coming just yet. But hey, small improvements, we're beginning to get there. Now, tracking the tropics at this time, one feature that we're watching that's going to continue to push off the Yucatan. Now, chances are low for development over the next 48 hours, but over the next 7 days, really heading into next week, that's when chances begin to turn to high. Now, it's still too early to talk about specifics with the system. Really, we need to get that closed area of circulation for us to get a better idea of where this is heading to, especially heading into next week. But at least we're going ahead, getting a heads up that something could develop. So let's go ahead and run through one of our Futurecast models. This is going to be the European model. Really, the Euro model is what was hinting to this the earliest just a few days ago, leading to some of this development. Now, we're looking closer just towards Cozumel. We started off already next week. So we get closer towards Monday and Tuesday. You can start to see some of that moisture beginning to push off. And then it begins to move into the southern Gulf. That's where it's starting to see some of that better conditions, that better environment. They get closer towards Tuesday. And then heading into Wednesday, that's when we really start to see this begin to push in. Right now, models, they really want to lean closer towards the Big Bend area, the Florida Peninsula, so far away from us. We're staying on the better side of that system. And then we get closer towards Wednesday afternoon, beginning to push in closer towards that landfall approach. And then we make it into Thursday, and it's already back into the Atlantic by that point, and could potentially redevelop after that. But again, this is just one Futurecast model. Still a long ways to go before we get there. Mainly just an idea to give a heads up on what we could potentially see heading into next week. As always, we're going to continue to monitor some of these models, keep you updated right here on Fox 10, and we'll have all the latest developments that you need to know as we get them. It's a great idea to download that Fox 10 weather app. We upload it daily throughout the day, just with any of those updates that you need to know. Again, there's that QR code. You can scan it at any time just to download that Fox 10 weather app. I'll have another look at your forecast coming up in just a little bit. Joe. Well, Joe, we've talked about it here before. Has tipping gone too far? The tip screens are seemingly everywhere now. Coffee shops, sports stadiums, even self-service kiosks asking customers if they want to offer a tip. As CNN's Vanessa Yurkovich reports, it's leading to some confusing moments at the checkout counter.
It's an incredibly complex issue for employers, employees, and consumers. I think we're all in this state of there's not really a clear solution right now with how it's developed.
I was going to say, I mentioned this one a lot with the tipping, is that I used to work in an ice cream shop in college, and we had the iPad screen that lets you tip, and at the end of the night, I would bring home $80, $100 in addition to that base pay that I was getting. Granted, we served the nitrogen ice cream, so there was a lot more involved. And then they discovered that they had to have a manager there every night, so they took it away. And it was either written or cash tips only. And I think at the end of the night, I was taking home around $5 to $7 in tips. So it made a big difference. But also, I've noticed that the iPad screens, some places, they're getting higher with their percentages.
Yeah.
Where it used to be 15, 18, 20. Now I went somewhere the other day and it was 22, 25, 28.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Well, the debate continues.
Yes. Well, here's something really cool for you and the family to check out on the Mississippi Gulf Coast.
As people across the Gulf Coast look for ways to beat the heat, the Mississippi
It's hot.
Responders. So if you fall under those two eligibility requirements there, definitely a good opportunity to check it out.
Oh, good. I'm ready to check this one out. Really cool down with all this heat that we're seeing.
Yeah. Because it's hot.
It's hot. It's hot. It's hot. And you know what? Coming up, I'm going to talk more about how hot exactly it is, and also when we could see some slight relief.
Everyone's looking forward to that. Also, group therapy. It seems like something you'd watch out of a sci-fi